All right, hello people. I just wanted to jump on here right quick. I won't make this long, but I titled it Don't Explain Yourself to PDF Files, which is the same as ego. Now, I know you guys probably didn't have a chance to watch my last audio, but it was called The Ego is the Matrix. Now, in that audio, I break down the ego, so I won't get in that audio. I break down the ego, so I won't get into it in this one because I'm gonna make this quick. But what inspired this is I just briefly saw a couple of minutes of Crystal and Carrison's live. Oh, hello, thank you. Somebody got a like there. Yeah, I just saw just a couple of minutes of Crystal and Carrison's live because I'm on a different time zone. I'm in India and I'm heading out. And so I was only able to catch a couple of minutes, and I think she might have taken it down. I'm not really sure. A couple of minutes, and I think she might have taken it down. I'm not really sure. But she's addressing the trolls that made fun of how the women looked at the pink pill retreat. Here's why I say not to explain yourself to PDF files. In the last audio, I explained how the ego, all of us have egos, and all of us should be on the path to transcending our ego to get to our authentic self. And so, what the ego is it's not a real, it's a character made up of our name, our identity, our job, our beliefs in this world, our beliefs. That's all the ego. And so I say that to say that some of these people they would never stop what they're doing. I think it was addressed to Obsidian or somebody, but he's never going to stop. That lady named Sophia, I forget her last name, but she's an attorney, something like that. I mean, he made videos about her, and she was going to sue him, and she literally, went far, trying to get him to stop saying nasty things about her. And I think this was in 2017, and he never quit. I mean, see, some people just won't stop. And so when we understand that these are egos, which are false, you know, then we realize not to take a lot of things in this world seriously. And I want to get back to what I mean by don't explain yourself to PDF files. So he's never going to stop harassing her. He's never going to stop harassing um, women who subscribe to her. I think he just hates women, period. Because I mean, when he came after Sophia, I think she dates black men. I think he just hates women, period. And the true freedom for black women, the best way, the only way that black women, I hate to say the word black woman because that's also a part of the ego. That's also a part of a identity that was put on a certain group of people. So I don't even like to say the word black, but I'm just saying it because that is the term a lot of people are used to using. But the best way for black women to overcome this, yeah, to live their best life, of course, but to get to know and get a relationship with your authentic self outside of the ego, which is the external world. The ego is everything that you know and all of your beliefs in the external world. That's just a projection screen. You're basically looking at a projection screen. Okay, the best way for black women to really defeat this, to really win against these people is, of course, and I'm talking about those black women who want to do well. I'm not talking about those black women who try so hard to stay behind. But the black women who really want to do well, and they are tired of these people getting online and slandering them, is to, number one, yes, live your best life, but also to return to your authentic self. Because what happens when you return to your authentic self, it dissolves the ego, it dissolves your own ego, and then it changes your outer world. Because when you dissolve your ego, a lot of things that you believed in, you no longer believe in, especially a lot of especially if you want to get rid of a lot of the negative parts of yourself. Well, the ego is negative no matter what, but I know People look at positive and negative. No matter what, the ego is negative. And so I don't want to go on too long. I just want to, I just been talking about the ego and how explaining yourself to a bunch of egos and especially a group of egos who have no interest in transcending to a higher realm. It's a waste of time. They'll never understand, and they're going to keep lying. And then they have followers who are going to keep lying, and they have black women who are going to keep lying. So the best way to overcome this, besides living your best life, is to transcend your own ego. Because once you transcend your own ego, your outside world will change, and you will see things a lot differently. Okay. And so, with that being said, I want to talk about a little assignment. And a little assignment is, it's hard to completely get rid of the ego, because the ego is made of everything that you learned in your life from birth to however old you are. It's the whole way you were shaped. So it's hard to completely get rid of it. It's literally your identity. The ego is your identity. There's no I in the authentic self. It's divine love. There's no such thing as I. So anything that has to do with your identity is the ego. Okay. And so the assignment I want to talk to you guys about is just find one habit about yourself that you really, really want to overcome. Maybe for the next 7 days or something, or 5 to 7 days, and work hard on dissolving that particular problem. It could be procrastination, it could be fear. Fear is a big one. Fear is one that's been implanted, a chip that's been implanted in a lot of people in this world. It's like a fight or flight type issue, especially when it comes to lack. But just anything. It could be procrastination, it could be pride, it could be anything. Try to find something that you really want to work on about yourself that you feel like is holding you back from your destiny. And try to do your best to dissolve that for the week. It's not going to be completely dissolved, but you get to work on it. Yeah, total mistrust of people. Yeah, because most people are in their egos. Those are all egos. Even the people who seem nice, even people who seem nice, everybody carries an ego. Everybody, because the ego is just made up of your whole life, of your whole identity. And so the ego is just completely negative in itself. It's nothing positive about an ego, which is your identity. Like my name, my government name, and everything about me, the school I went to, all of that, all those memories, all of that where I grew up, it shapes the ego. Okay, so all of that is the ego. And so what I'm saying is, one person said it perfectly, like that the ego is a PDF file. It's just a basic recording, like a computer, of everything that has been taught to you. Most of our thoughts are not even our own, and that's the reason why it's best to work on dissolving the ego as much as possible. But if you're new to learning about how the ego works, and it's nothing good about the ego, even if the person smiles a lot and seems positive, the ego is just the ego, and it's nothing positive about it, no matter who it's on. If it's going to be hard to completely get rid of the entire ego because it's new to you, like it's kind of new to me and I'm still learning and I talk to you guys, try to find something to work on dissolving, like a particular habit that you have, a particular emotion that you want to work on. People are cruel. That's why I don't trust people. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, people are cruel. And they're taught in this world, they're shaped. It's the way they're shaped. They feel like they have to be cruel to survive themselves. Some of them are just like that because that's how they are. And then some of them change from being a loving person to somebody who's kind of cutthroat and aggressive because they feel like that's what they took to survive in this world. But if enough people can override the ego and get back to that true authentic self, which is divine love, which has no identity, you can really overturn the people who rule this world. And they don't want to tell you that. That's what they don't want to tell you. Okay, they keep giving you these I am affirmations, keeping you in your ego. Oh, I am rich. I am this. All of that keeps you in your ego because it's still the I. It keeps you in your ego. It doesn't help you transcend anything. They'll say, okay, maybe doing these can help you get money or help you find happiness, but you're still going to be stuck in your ego and you won't truly be happy. You won't truly know what love is because there's no love that exists when you still have an ego, especially when you're searching for it within your ego. But I don't want to go on too long. I don't want to keep you guys to know. I know we're on a different time zone. I'm about to head on out. But yeah, I was just watching her audio, her video, and addressing. This is nothing negative against her. It just made me want to make this audio. These people will never get it. They're never going to stop. People are cool. Oh, okay. I just read that. Yeah, these people are never going to stop. What they're doing, they'll never understand. And unfortunately, majority of Black people, no matter how much you tell the truth, they want to hear a lie because they like drama. And so the best thing to do is kind of move on with your life. Examples. Does Beyonce does she respond to everything? And I get it. If somebody constantly want to lie on me, I would be compelled to respond. But when a group of people just want to hear, they just thrive on lies. It's nothing you can really do about it. He's going to probably make another video back. And like I said in my last audio, it was a young lady. And I didn't even click on the videos, but her videos are getting so popular that I keep seeing her in my recommendation box, even though I do not click on her videos. But she doing a live called Hypocrisy of Swirling Black Women. And at that, I just saw that it was already at 540 views, okay? And so these folks won't stop. They won't stop. And the best way for those carefree women who really want to win is to, number one, live your life, yeah. But especially Black women, transcend that ego and get back to the authentic self, the way the original Black women were before the fall. They were the closest to pure consciousness. Get back to that. Get back to that authentic self, that divine love. And it will completely tune these people out. They really won't even exist in your world. But with that being said, yeah, that's it. And just find something that you really want to work on, something about yourself that you really feel like is holding you back. Try to work on that for the next week or so and see what it does for you, see how it does. And if it works, then, that's those are little small steps to dissolving your ego, because the ego is really holding you back. Excuse me. The ego is the actual one holding you back from, your destiny, the real grace. Okay. It's the ego, which some people want to, I call it the devil, really. That's the ego. People want to talk about the devil. You have no place here. Well, get rid of your ego because that's the devil. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. And I will talk to you guys soon. Okay.